I'm not too happy with his response. I'm real upset about the grass. I've come up with a couple ideas what to do. I don't think he's working enough on the field. He's not manning it. He missed the spring planting season, and I'm worried he's going to miss the fall planting season. I took it upon myself to get samples of the topsoil that's on the field. I'm having them analyzed, and a recommendation from the old JMD company, anything that's deficient on it. They were doing that as a free courtesy to me. I also picked the phone up and called Scarmazy's foreman. Told him we would need some topsoil, in my opinion. And he's willing to sell us topsoil for $1 a yard. I believe we're about 15 triaxle loads short, and we have to come up with a game plan to sit down with Mr. Plavchak, and hopefully he seeds the field right. I mean, I had some ideas. I mean, you want to say my ideas or just they're gonna?
Absolutely, it's a discussion item.
I don't think we should call the bond on it. I think the bond's going to be an attorney problem and a lengthy problem. Gary had thought we probably have enough documentation to stop it and get another contractor, but I don't think we'll get another contractor this time of the year and for the cost. I think we've got to coax Plavchak to finish. With JMD giving me these supplements, I was going to suggest to the board, once I get a cost, that we buy the extra supplements to promote the growth, whether it's fertilizer or steroids or something. Pay for the topsoil off of Scarmazy, and cut a deal with Mr. Plavchak that he is responsible for equipment and manpower to reseed the field. And once he starts, he's going to man it 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. A full crew. I don't know if that's possible. I talked to him about it. Maybe another guy in there. Mike Pavlichak's pretty set in his ways. He just wants to come in October and seed, and if it grows, it grows. I'm worried spring of 23 we have no grass to play it. You won't have it anyhow. You won't have any grass. I mean, if he best scenario, he plants, it grows in the spring of 23. You can't play on it. I doubt if you're going to play on it on the fall. You should cut it 3-4 times before you play on it. So the best case would be, if everything goes right, the fall of 23 you might play on it a little bit. If not, you'll never play on it the whole year of 23, in my opinion.
My thoughts are, I think it's excellent ideas. Thank you for doing what you do. I would like to see this on the next agenda with some hard costs. And again, this is just me, I want to hear from everybody. And something that we can, work with as far as what this would cost us. And obviously, every board member can have the opportunity to talk with Palermo's office to see what our budget looks like and how this would play into it based on what this would cost.
JMD said they would price it out for me, what it would cost. Sean provided me the square footage, so we could do that for next meeting.
Sure. If it's all right with the board, once we get the results back from the soil test, I'd like to prepare a letter to Plavchak saying, hey, here's our recommendations of what to do to get the grass growing, and put the ball in his court to pay for it, because ultimately the grass is his responsibility. Also, one other rule.
What's he going to do? He's going to hydroseed it with a landscaper's hydroseeder. He doesn't put the mulch on it. He don't put the tackifier on it. It's going to be.
You do.
He's going to blow raw seed on the ground with no.
That's what a hydroseeder does.
It's not going to grow. Or Mother
You're
Nature's
wrong.
mercy. I mean, we gotta really sit down with him and this is the way it has to be seeded, and hopefully he'll do it, but I'm thinking we give him the extra material. I'm not saying give it to him, you know, if it's a $10,000 bill, no. I don't anticipate that. Give him like a little bonus there, to ensure growth, and see what his results are. Or we just let him do it, and come next year, it is what it is.
Sean, I was up there a week and a half ago, I think, on a weekend. The seed that he did already, it didn't work, right?
It worked in
think
portions,
it
but
watered.
generally, yeah, the seed he did didn't work. There's a lot of crabgrass that must have been living inside the topsoil that sprouted up, but the majority of his seed did not take.
Does he have a timeline for the dugouts and the backstop and getting that stuff done?
When me and Rick met with him, he told us he was thinking he could be wrapped up with the project in October.
Is it binder? I mean, I think that's a good start, because it's, something isn't happening, because you're gonna grow grass in the season where it's not easiest to grow. It's not good, but we may have to, can we meet with, I know you met with them at the beginning of the month, can we meet with them again, can you give us a timeline on the batting cages?
Yeah.
Can you give us this, and here's the seeds.
Whenever you met with them, Rick, I see on the Sweat Law Firm bill that he was in a conference with Jamie, Sean, Rick, and Plavchak. What was that conference?
I can't hear you, Michelle.
I'm sorry, so I'm a light talker. I see on the Sweat Law Firm bill that there was a $680 phone call. There was a conference with Jamie, Sean, Rick, and Plavchak. What was the outcome of that?
I don't remember.
That's where we reviewed the problem. You guys reported to me the substance of your conversation with Mr. Plavchak.
Oh, so Mr. Plavchak wasn't there.
And that's where we talked about this soil testing. I mean, that's the key, because they are the experts. They're gonna say, these are the deficiencies in the soil, and this is what our recommendation is. They far exceed the expertise that Mr. Plavchak has concerning that. And I think that sets it up quite nicely for you to then say, this is how you want me to proceed. And if he does it, he's got a problem.
What concerned me with it is, generally, I don't bring my attorney to talk to my contractor unless I'm looking at litigation. So I was
Say that again.
concerned. What concerned me with seeing it on the Sweat Law Firm bill was, I don't normally, if I'm getting a roof done, I don't bring my attorney to talk to my roofer unless me and my roofer are about to be in a lawsuit. So it concerned me to see that Sweat Law Firm was having a conference call with Jamie,